Alright, here what we got today. So I got these new shocks. They're they're pretty cheap. I forgot how much I paid for them. It was like, I think I bought them in like fall. I got the PRT. But today I figured I'm working on the Ranger, might as well film it. Today I'm gonna be taking these old shocks that I don't think they've been replaced since 1988. Not gonna lie to you. They've been in here since 88 probably. I've never replaced them. I know before I got the truck they weren't replaced either. But yeah, I figured I might as well record and get something up. So sorry, there's dogs and the neighbors being loud. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these shocks on. I'm gonna go get a jack because I thought I could get under there without a jack, or jack stand at least. But now I don't know. When I was doing it in my head, I was like, oh, I'll just put the jack under there and lit. But then I realized to lower the axle without lowering the truck back down, I'm gonna need a jack there. So I'm gonna go get a jack real quick and get started on this. All right, so right now I'm just I got some extra cinder or concrete out there that got busted. Now I'm gonna use these as wheel chucks. I went ahead and moved my big truck away from it. This is normally close to that, and I didn't want to risk something happening, being too close to the, I don't know, I get scared when I'm working on cars. I don't want to be too close to that underneath and then something happens and I don't know. I really can't tell you what I'm trying to say, but just follow. Right now I'm gonna just use some of this concrete that got busted up because I don't know what happened to my wheel truck. No idea what happened. But yeah, update. I went ahead and did like a quick little polish on these wheels. They used to be hazed up with a lot of oxidation. I did like a little quick polish on them. Just a little quick something. And yes, I know these right ones have white walls, and these left ones don't. And that's because these two, they had white walls, but those tires had slits in them. Like they had big old slits in them, so it wasn't holding the air. So for a couple years, it was just sitting there on those flats, and I had to air them up all the time. So I went ahead and just got some from the local pick apart or pick up, whatever it is. Got some $40 tires. They work, they hold air. And I also took off these little bed rails right here. Took those off to be polished. Those are actually in the basement. I'll try to go see that after this. But yeah, she's doing okay. Other update before we get ahead, go ahead and put this, let me put you down real quick. All right, back to the update. Carburetor is doing fine on this is a 2.3 fuel injected engine. I just put the 2-liter carburetor setup on it, and then I strapped the Weber on there. And then this last weekend I went ahead and actually got a little fuel regulator in there. This is only version 1 of what I'm doing with this setup. All these wires, I went ahead and deleted all of this. This was for the choke, I think. No, the idle speed control. That's what it says on the back of there. But the old carburetor had a whole bunch of idle stuff on it and electrics. So I went ahead and deleted everything I didn't need. So now the only wires that come out of there, they go to the ignition box, which I'm gonna get a new one of those. I'll probably go like an MSD. My ignition coil is just sitting up here, so I'm gonna get another MSD that's like this one, because this plug-in, actually I can just take it off. This connector is actually for one of these, which actually I don't even know if this coil works. When I did a spark, or when I did my plugs and distributor, I bought a new coil. I don't even know if this one might still work. I'm not really sure, but I'm not gonna do it right now because I don't have the actual connector for that, so I don't want to guess to see what's positive, what's negative, and then be wrong. So for now, I'll just set that right there. But anyway, my fuel pump used to be right here, hanging from the fuel line, and then I had it grounded to this bracket. But now I actually went underneath and mounted it the lowest part of the chassis, like, yeah, I guess you're supposed to do that. And now it's wired into this little fuse block. Don't mind the mess, it's still a mess in here. I got this little fuse box right here. I think I got it at Napa, but you basically run 12 volt to the top, and then it powers it, and then you can put your own fuses, and then let me get under there, and then you put your own little spade connectors on there. So I have, this one is my choke, my electric choke, and then this one is my fuel pump. So I got that wired in. So now every time you turn the key, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but every time you turn the key, it comes on, and then the choke goes on. But yeah, another update, let me make sure it's not in gear. And literally, you take it, turn the key, she's running. It has a little bit of a misfire, so I'm probably gonna do plugs again. Yeah, there's a misfire in it. It does like a sputtering thing, so I'm gonna end up getting a new plugs and maybe wires. I might just do a whole MSD setup with MSD coil, MSD distributor to get rid of like the factory, all the factory stuff, because this stuff runs through the factory loom and goes to this box. So I might probably end up just snipping these here, so the only wire coming up here is for the alternator. Get rid of this, or I might just open this wire back up, because I did go through and I literally took the only wire right there goes to the starter solenoid. There's only one wire in there. I just put it in a loom just to make it look better. But yeah, other than that one wire, it's literally one little, I think it's a 14 gauge or something small. But there's only one wire in that loom. The loom is a lot bigger than it needs to be, but that's what I had. But the only wires literally comes off of this, basically this, the ignition box, and it goes through here, and then it goes to here, and it tees off and goes to the oil pressure and the water temp, and then another tee comes up to the alternator, and then the only other tee goes straight up to starter. So eventually there's going to be like a V2 of this build where I really go through and do things like, some of these connectors are broken, or like there's crust and stuff. And then if you look here, this connector is all gunky, and then there's a few wires in here that literally go from one side of the plug and it links to the other because this plug got gunky. So I'm gonna go through the wiring, and probably when I do the engine bay, like the color, I'm gonna repaint the engine bay. That's when I'll pull the engine, go through the wire, make sure all that's good. But yeah, that's the update for that. So now let me go ahead and get these shocks on. I'm gonna lift the car up and go. Alright, I got the frame on stands. So what I'm probably gonna do now is get this cardboard under there, and then I'm gonna get my little tools, get under there, and take these shocks out. Ooh. But it looks like that top one should just screw right in, and the bottom one has bolt and nut. So yeah, these shocks are got oil. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, like grease on them. These are blown. These have always been like this too. Since I've had it, it's always been this crusty. So I'm gonna get this one out first. See how easy this goes. And then the shocks right here. So I'm hoping, what I'm hoping to do is get the shock. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hoping to get the shock out. And it looks like I should be able to get it in with this strap on, which actually where it's sitting right now I should be able to. So I'll probably do that, and then once it's in there like that, get the axle position in there to where I could just set that in there so I don't have to fight it, and then just come back and cut the strap off. So right now, let me go ahead and get this out. All right, update, get back down here. Got the old one off, got the new one on. I went ahead and took out the spare tire. Just went ahead and loosened that so I can get up here. This one was a 21. The bottom was a 15 and a 17. So the nut was a 15, the actual bolt was a 17. And I just used my 3/8 air ratchet. And it took about, this only took me about 5 minutes, I think. So now what I'm gonna do is, I did this one off camera. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one, and I'm gonna put up a little time lapse and try to set you up somewhere. So let me get to it. Alrighty, so shock number one in. Went ahead and put the tire back up. I don't know if you see that. Shock number two is in. So only thing left to do is drop her down. And actually, I don't know if you can see that over there. I told you I'd show you, but if you can see that right there, I'm mounting my fuel pump over there. You can kind of see it's a little bit lower than the tank, which is good. But yeah, let me go ahead, drop her down, I'm gonna take her for a ride. Alright, she's all on the ground. I had to clean up my mess. I'm gonna just put the old shocks back in the boxes and then clean up. For now, I guess let's go take her for a ride real quick. Alright, we're gonna take her for a ride. Got my trusty, class of 2015. Alright, let's see how she feels. Hopefully my camera doesn't fall down. I'm gonna just take her up and down the block real quick and see how it goes. Actually feels a lot better. truck, but like, oh, that's not bad. This is not awful. I gotta do brakes next though. Okay, she did good. So the problem I was having with this is I did the front shocks probably at the end of the last summer. Those shocks have been on there. Like I said, the rear shocks were on there since, I wouldn't be surprised if they were on there in '88. But now that I got this on there, I don't know if you can tell, I'm pushing. Hold on, let me set you up. Let me see if I can show you this. Oop. Oh, camera too. The ride's decent. I knew the front end when I was driving it. I drove this yesterday. Front end, I could tell the front end was okay now. It has brand new shocks. But the rear, like when I'd hit like bumps, like coming out of this driveway right here, or like the bumps on the street, I could feel the rear end, but there's just something not right. But now these shocks, they feel amazing. I like them. And they're cheap little shocks there. What is this? PRT, Performance Ride Technology. Nitrogen gas, multi-sense. I don't know. They're cheap, but hey, they work. So yeah, plan with this is now it drives good. I do gotta do brakes. Once I do brakes, the truck is good. The truck is where I want it, at least for the summer, so I can drive it during the summer. That's the goal, is to get this running, driving for the summer, and then in the winter when it starts snowing again, put it up in the shop, get the paint done. I got a little well, first of all, this one fender, obviously it doesn't match. There's things like chips on the hood, chips on the cowl. There's a little dent right here. I don't know if you can tell. There's a crease right here, a little rust. There's a big dent right there. The roof is rusting. In this little rain galley, there's rust. Back here, there's rust. These, I'm probably gonna repaint the bed too. These holes are from my bed rails. So there's little holes in random places from the bed rails that happen to rust exactly where the holes were. So I'm probably gonna, I did do a bed liner, just a cheap little bed liner from AutoZone. I think it was Rust-Oleum bed liner. That might be what it is. But yeah, this winter I'm gonna get a paint job. Same color, the Wintel, what is it? Wintelton, that Ford color. I forgot what it's called. Or Colossal or Colonial White. Both of them, it's the same paint, but in different years they call it different things. So, but I'm gonna do it this same color. Get rid of this pinstriping. I don't like the pinstriping, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Just all solid color. I want to get a chrome grille, or at least the chrome with like the gray interior, or do a black inside the little squares and then chrome on the around. Chrome front bumper, aluminum wheels, got a chrome tip, got chrome on there. Maybe see if they have chrome side view mirrors. Rear bumper's already chrome, and then I'll have chrome bed rails, which actually, let me show you these bed rails. All right, so excuse the mess. These are my bed rails. I went ahead and just like the wheels, I did like a little aluminum polish on those. And then in the front of the bed goes this panel. Went ahead and shined it up a little bit, as good as I could get it. And then on the tailgate is this panel. Went ahead and shined this piece up again. So those are gonna go back on the bed. Those are gonna go on the bed rails. And then yeah, sorry, we just moved, so there's a lot of stuff in here. Another idea I had was for some extra, maybe at some point like a winter wheel. I have my stocks, and I think one of these, yeah. So stocks, I kind of like the look of a cleaned up stock wheel, and then clean up this little, it's like a little hubcap that's on there. And I know I have 2 more. I gotta find another one. This wheel doesn't have one. I have 2 wheels over there that have them on them. Thinking about doing something with these, maybe like powder coating them black or aluminum, shine up aluminum, and then putting the ring on there. Probably black. I like black. And then getting the center caps plus the rim, or getting chrome center caps, because I know they make chrome center caps, and then the chrome rim. I think that'd look nice as like some other option. Like I want another look to it. But yeah, that's gonna end this video. Did the back shocks, give you guys a little update. I'm gonna go ahead, clean up my mess, and maybe take it around the block for a little bit. Go do a couple laps around the neighborhood and then come back. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat. So that's gonna be all. Stay tuned. Follow my Instagram at it's built by TJ'son. Built by TJ'son. That's where I normally post pictures or reels and stuff. So you wanna stay in update. Let me see. I wonder if my lights still work. Let me see. Oh yeah, I love these lights. I got these in 2016. I found them. I haven't been able to find the exact ones because these are a little messed up. I cut the back of them so the housing is not very sealed. But I know they make the same ones that have a projector in them. So I might end up getting projectors and then still having the same look, because I like the look of this. Let me see. Let me get good. Yeah, but all right, y'all, thank you guys for watching. Follow me on all my socials. I'll see you next time.